Hello. I wanted to let you know that I have made a brand new animated short film on my channel Kick the PJ called The Life of a Sad Ghost. If you have not yet seen it, I would very much appreciate if you went to watch it, and I want to talk a little bit about the film here on this video. Today, right now. Like I said, it is an animated short film and it is set in Japan and narrated in Japanese. I set out to tell a beautiful story about the morbid finality of death, but with a positive outlook on it, and I reached deep into my soul to figure out how I wanted to tell this story, and I poured my heart into it. And I'm very, very pleased with the result. I'm very, very proud of what I've made. I got a lot of people asking me, why is it narrated in Japanese, and also will there be an English dub, and also people demanding an English dub because they don't want to read, I guess. And I wanted to answer that question because I feel like it's quite an important one. So first of all, I will say that there will not be an English dub because I do not want to do an English dub because that is not how I want the story to be told. Sometimes in filmmaking, you just kind of know the way you want to tell a story, and for this one, I just knew this is going to work in Japanese. I felt that the language provided the right kind of tone for the character. I thought that would be the most impactful way for it to be viewed. So for me, to have an English dub of it would be showing you the film, but not in the way that I want it to be viewed, if that makes sense. When I have made something and I want to pre-screen it for my friends to get some feedback, I always like to screen it in the highest quality possible. If for some reason it's previewing in a low resolution, I'll stop and say, no. Let me figure out how to make this high quality because this is not the way the film's supposed to be watched. And that feeling transcends video quality. It goes all the way through the story down to who is acting in it or voicing it. And so for me, it doesn't work with an English voiceover. And to further illustrate my point, I was going to share this anyway, but I thought it was actually a really good example of it. I made an animatic for this film because I knew it would be a very intense workload. So I thought having an animatic to work off of would be very helpful, and it was. If you've seen the monster animatic, then maybe you have an idea of what to expect, but it's rough. But early days, I set down a scratch track of audio just of my own voice reading out the script just to get an idea of the feel and the pacing for it, and I really don't like it at all. I didn't really put any effort into it because it's just a scratch track. It was not to be really seen by anyone. And I'm not the best voice actor in the world, but I just feel like it just doesn't work, and I hope that you see that when I show you the animatic. Maybe you'll see it and think, what, PJ, what are you talking about? This is fine. But in that case, it would just be a personal thing to me that this isn't how the story is supposed to be told. It's okay for you to be seeing it in a animatic, but in the final piece, it wouldn't work. I guess a similar equivalent would be like listening to a song by Muse and being like, yeah, Matt Bellamy sounds great on this track, but what if they did the same song again, re-released it, but had like Dominic the drummer singing, for example? It would be like, yeah, they could, but it's not really, that's not the way the song, that's not the artist's intention with the song. Maybe it sounds like I'm being a bit extreme because a dub is not an unreasonable thing to ask for. Films and TV are dubbed a lot of the time, but maybe it's just because I prefer subtitles and hearing it in the original language. It's just something that I've been thinking a lot about recently. But yeah, it was a really big project for me. I spent like 12 hours a day just crawling out of bed and dumping myself here in this office, sitting down with a green tea at 8 AM, animating all the way till 8 PM, and then I would just zonk out and be like, all right, I'm done. I'm just gonna shut down for the day. But it was an incredibly rewarding experience, and I got to look at lots of nice reference pictures of Japan throughout the process, so that was nice. And I'm genuinely so proud of the film, so please do go watch it. But first, please enjoy this wonderful, wonderful animatic. Yeah, that's all for now, folks, so stay rad and please go watch the film. Thank you. I am a sad ghost, but maybe my spooky appearance already gave that away. Life after death is more exhausting than people think. There's so much to do, and the days seem to pass by so quickly. Where do I even begin? I live here in this gloomy attic space. It's a little dusty, so it makes my allergies go wild. But it's home. I collect beautiful objects and display them for my guests. I haven't had any guests come visit yet, but I'm working on it. What? You thought because I'm dead I can't have friends? Oh, I can have friends. I'm just waiting for them to find me. The humans I live with can be so clumsy. I have lots of time to observe them these days. and I try to do my part around the house, even if they don't know I'm here. If I can save one mail delivery from being devoured by Laszlo, it's a success. I try my best to keep myself in peak physical form. Deep down inside, I feel like I majorly neglected exercise when I was alive. I won't make that mistake again. I have so many books to catch up on in infinite time, but I never get round to reading them. I keep telling myself, tomorrow I will read my books, but I never do. Well, you know what? Tomorrow I will read my books. Unless I'm feeling too sad, then I'll take the day off. When I'm feeling especially blue, I don't want anyone to see me, which is most of the time. I can disappear for as long as I want and nobody will know I'm around. I hope that doesn't sound too creepy. I just like being in people's company when they don't know I'm there. Oh no, that does sound creepy, doesn't it? My favourite thing to do on a cold day is to float down to the shops and buy some freshly steamed buns. They're so warm and delicious, I could just eat them forever without even stopping. I'm not sure if I made it as an actor in my past life, but that's my current ambition. I think my camera is broken because my headshots never come out right. Once I wandered into a bar and landed a small part in a music video, and then when they were finished with me, I vanished and kept watching the film crew work. Sometimes I'll hop on a train, not to go anywhere specific, but to watch people. Each and every one of these people are living their own complex lives, with their own thoughts, worries, relationships, and when they step off the train, their story continues for them where it ends for me. Isn't that beautiful? Then when the sky gets dark and the train reaches the final stop, I'll get off and wander around. I love when the world is quiet. I'll find the highest point I can get to and look down at all the tiny lights racing through the city. It makes me feel so insignificant, but I don't mind. I'll gaze at the stars and try to imagine who I might have been and how I died. Maybe an astronaut whose suit ripped in space, or a treasure hunter who got trapped in an ancient tomb. Or maybe I just tripped on my own feet and hit my head too hard. Yeah, that seems most plausible. When I return home, I try to make my way through the house as quietly as I can. I know the family are scared they're being haunted, but they have nothing to be worried about. Honestly, I feel less anxious when I get to my attic. Did I tell you how amazing this attic is? This place is a treasure trove of history waiting to be rediscovered. There's this broken UFO catcher stashed away up here. It looks like a lot of love went into building it. Sometimes I'll sleep in it and imagine the claw grabbing me, squeezing me, hugging me. I hope I'm not still mourned, whoever I used to be. Time is so scarce, so I hope my loved ones have not spent too much of their own time worrying over the loss of mine. It's okay to be sad sometimes, but you need to try and enjoy life whilst you have it. Then as I drift off to sleep, I can't help but think there's something I should be doing. Some kind of unfinished business. Oh well, I'll remember eventually. Until then, I'll continue existing peacefully as a sad ghost.